Hey guys, my name is Roy and I am the creative director of Cool Australia. What is Cool Australia? Cool Australia is a fashion-forward, futuristic and market-driving magazine that is all about change. We see fashion as something that is seasonless, boundless, diverse, intersectional and very authentic. So we're all about bringing the authentic voices of creatives to light. More than a digital magazine, what makes us different is that we stand for community collaboration. We want to highlight the voices of creatives, all creatives coming together to bring together a final product.
Hi, I'm Ashley and I am the co-editor of Cool Australia magazine. Cool Australia magazine was formed to connect creatives and showcase your talents. What I love about Cool Australia is that we can see how much our creatives grow during and after our work on set. Being a designer that is inspired by art and culture, I am so passionate about working on this magazine that bridges the gap between fashion culture and art. Fashion is a statement. Fashion is your personality on a wearable canvas. Fashion tells a story, where you came from, what you believe in, how you value the consumer. The future of fashion is considerate of the consumer and our earth, where all our resources came from. Sustainable fashion is the future.
Now, the story behind Cool Australia is, it's a very special magazine. It's one of the best. It's one of the newest editions from the group, and it's very original. It's very, character-driven. There's a lot of people in the world who want to be in this edition, and they're very creative, very original. They have their own voice, and they really take care of big issues in fashion, such as diversity and what is the future of high fashion for men and female.
Our upcoming issue is going to be called Next, and Next is going to be a really cool issue because it's all about the future of fashion, especially with the pandemic right now affecting society and transforming the world of fashion dramatically. We want to highlight through Next all the future upcoming trends that are going to be significant in the fashion world today. Things like sustainability, digital media storytelling, production processes, and all the voices like makeup artists, stylists, people that work in the frontline aspect of production. We want to highlight those voices and perspectives in our magazine.
For me, fashion right now at this moment needs this. It needs a voice. It needs people who want to bring new voices forward and to have special, original human beings who are also part of the fashion industry or who are new and up and coming people, whether it's a fashion photographer, a designer, a new face, a model, whoever. And Cool Australia produces their own editorials, they bring their own interviews, they really produce locally and internationally, and they work very well within the group.
Hey guys, my name is Fatoma and I'm half Swedish, half Ethiopian. I live here in Singapore. I just wanted to say working with Next was such an amazing experience. Everyone is so down to earth and kind and really, really fun to work with. I was really happy that I was able to do a shoot that was based on my African culture. I think living here in Singapore, it's really difficult for people to be exposed to such a small minority. So it's really important that they were able to see the beauty through the makeup and the hair and the poses. And I just hope that you guys love it, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
So I want to say that I worked before these guys. It was shooting in Zoom. It was so funny and so creative. I have a friend in Cool Australia team and he's so talented and creative and good person. I think that all team of Cool Australia is cool too. So join and enjoy it.
And I just want to say I had the most fun creative and different experience shooting with Kumek. Definitely new stuff coming out, and you don't want to miss them. Sending my love to all the Kumek Australia team.
So please reach out to us. We're very excited to be a part of this show. And please enjoy the front row.
Hi, this is Daniel Boy. Welcome to the front row. Now, it's been said that the concept of magazines it's slowly becoming irrelevant. So, what prompted two enthusiastic young creatives to start their own? Was it a moment of impulse, or is there a method to their madness? Let's find out. All the way from Australia, I'd first like to introduce Ashley Kwong. Hi, Ashley. Welcome to the front row.
Hi, it's so nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, Ashley, we're going to get to your role in a minute, but I'd like to introduce all the way from Singapore, Roy, who is your co-creator at the front row. Hi, Roy.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're doing great. All right, now we've watched that amazing video that has told us exactly what Cool Australia is all about. I'm going to throw this question to the two of you. Why Cool Australia? What excited you about Cool Australia for you to want to get involved in it? Let's start with Ashley.
Well, I was just so happy to be part of this magazine. It's so diverse and exciting. We're always coming up with new ideas, and Roy is such an exciting person to work with. He's very creative, and when he asked me if I was interested to jump on board, I just jumped at the opportunity. I was so excited to be part of this. We're very diverse. We love working with new faces, and it's just so exciting.
It certainly is. I mean, looking at the amount of diversity in your fashion spreads, I think it's really refreshing, and I can see why people are attracted to it. So, Roy, you were the one who approached Ashley. Why Cool Australia?
Actually, I love Cool Australia because, firstly, when I was first attracted to it, it's a very international magazine. It's amazing work, but having worked with it for a few years, and I just love the fact that every cool brand, whether it's in Singapore and Australia, or it's America, it has its own unique style. It really takes into account um, a different aesthetic that really works for that specific region. So I love the fact that our magazine can be whatever we want, but also we're also like a family together. So I like that we're so global, but also so localized.
Fantastic. Can you tell us about your
Yeah.
working relationship? Who does what? And do you fight? Do you have creative fights?
So I'm actually the editor. I'm at the editor in chief, and I'm the creative director. So I run mostly the creative aspect. And Ashley is my amazing friend for so many years, and she's amazingly talented. And she is my co-editor, and she is the fashion editor. So I work on the creative side, and she works on more like the design. So the amazing video you saw on screen was put together by Ashley because she is absolutely amazing, and we work together. So I come up with the vision, and she comes up with I guess, the video content. But we work interactively, I guess, to make the magazine come together.
All right. Now, everyone says that digital is the way to go now, and no
Yeah.
one personifies that more than the two of you working on Cruise Australia because obviously Ashley is stuck in Sydney, you're stuck in Singapore. Describe that working relationship. How do you make that work?
Well, it was quite easy for us to work online actually because we're so used to it. Like with technology, it's so accessible. We're always on video call, like calling all the time. I feel like, we've grown so much closer as well because we're always calling. Um, and it's just been quite easy for us to work remotely because we can video call, work on the magazine. You know, I check something with him on video call. I just show him, do you like this photo in this position? And, you know, he would say yes, no, or like, you know, give me his feedback. So, yeah, it's been pretty cool to work remotely. So, nothing has changed too much for us.
The wonders of being young and in touch. All right, how do you
Yeah.
put the school together? How do you decide on, say, the stories, the contributions, the models? Describe that process to me.
In terms of the process, so I mean, we've only done 2 issues so far, but we have a quite a systematic process. So at first, we come up with a vision of the story. So, for example, the first issue was called The Rise, and then there was the Next, and our upcoming issue is called Next Interactive, which is about the future of fashion after COVID, the pandemic, post-pandemic fashion world, and that's the first step. And then it's bringing the editorials together. So the second step is actually just, finding the models, finalizing them, shooting them, getting the images. But at the same time, we also open up submissions from beyond our production team. So that we are on this portal called Kavya, which takes in submissions from people anywhere in the world where they can submit work to us. And that's like the content creation. And at the end is putting the magazine together. And then Ashley and I are always up all night because we both work and stuff. So we're like late at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., just, calling and making sure that this color and that image goes together hand in hand. So that's the most fun part because that's when everything comes together and, you just feel so proud of the issue.
I think it's fantastic that you do a call out for submissions because that's the opportunity that you're giving to young creatives who are usually shut out from established magazines, and that's fantastic. That's a fantastic opportunity that you are giving to young creatives. Are you doing submissions for your next issue?
Yes, we are actually. So our next issue is going to be a really cool issue because we're going virtual because fashion is changing because of COVID. So this issue is going to be amazing. So we're doing a call out. So it's all on our website, all the instructions you can submit to us on email or caviar. But why our issue is different now is because we're not just looking at fashion specifically. We have expanded the idea of fashion and made it more like an art. So if you're a graphic designer, if you like music, anything that shows who you are and what's your authentic story, we want something that is amazing and doesn't it's not defined by a specific boundary per se. So yes, it's all on the website. So check it out, and we love to hear from you.
So, all the creatives out there, if you think you've got something amazing to contribute to Cool Australia, do log on to the website and send your submissions in. I look forward to seeing it. Now, not only are you giving opportunities to young creatives, you have discovered a lot of models as well. Now, this is your time to brag. Who have you discovered?
Ashley, go tell us your favorite. Let's talk about our favorite.
Well, I would just love to say, like, I love working with new faces and just seeing how these people grow, like from working with them first on set, and then now, they're doing shows. Well, they were doing shows overseas, um, you know, doing shoots overseas, and it's just really cool to see them branch out so far. And, um, you know, it's like, we've been a part of their journey, and we're just so grateful to meet these people and see how far they come. Um, so yeah, we have a few models that went overseas, like Gopika. Gopika went
I
overseas,
uh,
and
I
you'll see
love
all her
Gopika.
images.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you'll see all her images on our website.
She actually went to my school at University of Melbourne. So I kind of saw her in my school, and I was like, "Who is that girl?" And then she's Indian, and Australia is super diverse, and she was a new face. And it's funny because a lot of new faces, you know, even though like they're new faces, I feel like in fashion, sometimes new faces don't get the same opportunities as people that have been there for a while. And when we do our casting, we look at everything comprehensively. We look at the new models, the new faces, the main board, and we just want to see something that interesting. So she was really cool, and we worked with her, and it was the first editorial that she's done with us. And now she's done all the fashion weeks. She's on Vogue, the cover of Vogue. She's literally walked every single fashion show in Mercedes-Benz, and I'm so proud to be a part of that experience. That sort of like nurturing that we did for her, and we still keep in touch, and I just love that. Yeah.
Great. I really, really think that you're giving such a wonderful opportunity to all these people. And some of the models that we saw in the video are here walking in the front row. Like Sri was in the QMax
Yeah.
show. And on
Yeah.
We're
Sunday,
so excited.
I love.
joined in
Yeah.
the show. So fantastic. And I was so excited when I watched that video and I know him, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
for those listeners out there who have never been on a fashion set before, would you like to talk us through the process of a fashion shoot? Tell us the exciting things that go on behind a fashion shoot.
Okay, well, so first of all, we come up with the concept. So we've got a mood board, come up with the mood board, and then we brief the team. And then from there, after we've gathered, who's going to be the model, who's going to be take shooting, who's going to, style the shoot, hair and makeup artists. After all that has been planned out, we pick our location or our studio, and then everything's just really fast paced. You have to make sure that you plan the shoot really well. Make sure you've got all your looks, like how many looks are you shooting? Usually we'd shoot maybe four looks or more, but at least four looks.
Yeah.
And you just have to plan through that because you've got a limited amount of time in the day, and daylight, are we shooting in the mornings or nighttime or in studio, controlled lighting? There's so much to think about, and that's really exciting. Um, yeah, but we all work together so well in a team, and it's so important to pick a good team. Like pick your favorite dream team, come together and
Yeah.
then collaborate. I love that.
And I just want to add also that we're very collaborative. So that's what makes our magazine very different, is that we're not like commission based. We're not like those commercial magazines where brands, and we're not promoting big brands. We want to promote people that have an authentic story, new voices, perspectives of people that have not been in the front line. For example, stylists, makeup artists. So we're all about showcase their work. So it's always in collaboration. So it's amazing how when people come together and they really have so much shared energy, so much shared passion. The final product, we're so proud of it, and that's what makes our magazine so fun as an experience. Because really, when we do something, it's not about the money; it's more about our heart and soul together, and we just want to create art that inspires, and that's really our vision. It's like we don't follow boundaries; we make them.
That's fantastic. That's wise words
Yeah.
indeed. Now, let's talk about inclusiveness and diversity because that's very evident in the DNA of Cool Australia. What kind of responsibility do you think rests on the shoulders of public mouthpieces like influencers or celebrities or even magazines like yours? What kind of responsibility do you think you have in sending out the right message, and how do you do that?
Um, I think that it's important to be aware of such issues, especially not just because of COVID, but other issues like the BLM and things like that. Diversity has been a part of fashion. However, the idea of tokenism is the idea of having like a black model or someone a model of color just to fit that sort of ground. But it's more than that. It's about really understanding the beauty of fashion, that fashion is authentic and people come from all parts of the world and they all can be beautiful. So I think what we need to do is really do our sort of like rethink how we cast and what we want to represent, and also understand the consumer market is changing. The consumer market is someone now way more down to earth. They want real stuff. They're not looking at celebrities anymore as much. They're still looking at them, but it's not as much. And they want someone that's more relatable, down to earth, someone they can engage with. So people in fashion influencers need to be aware of this, and be more humble and down to earth, because at the end of the day you want to really connect with someone's life and their story to bring out a message.
Fantastic. Those are things that we believe in very strongly at the front row as well. Now, earlier on, I talked about fashion magazines being a concept that everyone's talking about, and it's going to be everyone's talking about how fashion magazines are going to be a passé concept. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on the future of magazines, and what publications need to do to stay relevant and alive?
I think they should definitely, number one, address issues like diversity and inclusion, because as much as fashion is inclusive, being inclusive is different from being inclusive, because diversity is a very big phenomena. And I mean, I'm also, I started as a model before I became an editor, and I can tell you that issues like racism, issues like, being of a certain size, these issues are always relevant, because if you don't fit the mold, and that mold of perfection and fantasy, then it's going to change. So I think it's important for people to realize that, and just remember that who do you want to reach out to? You want to reach out to people that actually connect with you. So if you're a magazine or you're creative, you need to be aware of these issues. And another thing is, it's important to be engaging, because now in today's world, everyone is like on their phones. Print is now, it's becoming like significant. So things like digital media or virtual magazines, what we're doing with Next Interactive, just finding ways to really connect with consumers, and building a community is so much more important than just the final editorial product, for example.
Most definitely. Thank you very, very much for
Yeah.
your insights, Roy. I wish you all the best with your magazines. For those of you who wish to contribute, just get onto the website. And for those of you who are not following us yet on social media, do follow us, our Instagram handle at thefrontrow.style, and do tag all your pictures, the Front Row SG, so that we can follow them and like them. And please tell your friends all about the Front Row as well. Thank you for joining us. My name's Daniel Boy. See you at the next show.